Hey, what's happening, Spreads? I hope you're having a nice weekend, enjoying this weather. Wanted to respond to Will's recent post that he put up on the group in regards to your customers missing the quotes that you're sending them due to the quotation potentially falling into their spam box on their email. And I wanted to talk to you about some simple systems that you can use in your business, free systems and also paid systems that you can use to prevent this from happening. So on your socials, we've got something called read receipts on Messenger and also WhatsApp as well, which tell us obviously if they've received the message. So many people will use WhatsApp because it's simple, quick and easy. You can share images, videos, files, quotes, documents, etc. But it also tells you if they've actually read the message and the quote that you've sent. So that's quite handy. Messenger does the same thing as well. And when it comes to email, I use a system called Your Trade Base, as you know, which is a paid system. You can get that for £12.50 a month if you're a coaching group member. It's about £25 a month to have a couple team members on there. If you want to add more members on there, such as, field staff, if you're a business that has scaled a little bit, you might have a few lads on the tools, on the books, then you can add these lads into your trade base, and basically every time you organise and manage your projects, you ping off a message and it sends that out to your field team and says, this is the location, this is the address, this is the specification, this is the job, here's some images and videos of the job, and gives them a framework of what they need to do without giving them access to your financials on the quoting and the pricing side of it and the estimating side of it. So you can kind of control the information that your lads get. So you can use it as a sole trader, or you can use it as a larger limited company setup. So it's quite handy in that way, and you can kind of tailor fit it to suit the size of your business and what you're doing. But the reason I use it is because I use my sister as an admin team member. So she has full access to all of my admin through Your Trade Base, and it means that I can kind of hand over a lot of the heavy lifting in the way of admin, emails, quotes, estimates, emails that are sent to and fro, asking questions and all that kind of stuff, which, as you know, can take up a lot of your time. She's now doing a lot of that because she's a team member inside Your Trade Base. So you could potentially set your missus up inside Your Trade Base. You concentrate on the actual work and doing the work on the tools. She can take over, or he, whoever it is that's helping you, can take over with the admin side of things. But what's also good is, just like the read receipts on WhatsApp and Messenger, you'll also get notified whenever your customer opens a quote or opens an email or opens an invoice. You'll get a notification to say Mrs. Smith has read your invoice on this day on this time. So it kind of rules out the whole falling into the spam folder problem and avoids that problem. But on top of this, guys, listen to this. What's awesome about it is you can run your business through your phone. It's not just a desktop software. You can run this completely off the cuff off your phone when you're sat in the van. So if you need to send a receipt or send an invoice or send a quote, you can do that in 3 clicks. Once you've set everything up, you can even include price lists and job lists. So rather than having to keep typing and retyping the same information over and over when you're writing out quotes, you can pull a template through that you've already set up and press send. So if you've got jobs where they're reoccurring, let's say you're doing bathrooms or kitchens for a company, for example, or conservatories, and they're all quite similar in spec and cost, you might just need to tweak a few bits here and there. You can pull a template in and press a couple of clicks and send. And obviously all the customer information and material prices, labour prices are all there. You just press a couple clicks and it shreds all this admin time. I'm speaking to a few lads recently that are still using Word documents and struggling, taking them hours to send simple quotations. Or sometimes people will want like a scope of works, like the church that I've just done. They wanted a few legal docs and stuff like that, and if you're trying to type up this stuff on a Word document, it's going to take fucking hours to do this. So you can pull in, you can save documents to Your Trade Base, and you can fire out this information. But essentially, guys, what it's doing, because I still think People are scratching their heads on this CRM software and thinking, well, do I need it? Do I not need it? Essentially what it's doing is it's just collecting all of your customer information and putting it in one box. Addresses, names, work images, emails and texts sent to and fro the customer. And rather than sort of scratching around and looking for information all the time and losing information, we can just press one button on our phone, open the app, type the customer's name into the search bar, and we've got every single piece of correspondence to do with them and their jobs and their invoices and text messages and emails and images. Everything is just all there from the past history that you've had communications with that customer. And that also will protect you as well, because you can always refer back to previous conversations and emails, etc. So I've scratched the surface a little bit there on your trade base. There's lots of automations on there, guys, as well. So for example, if you want to send follow-ups, so if you've quoted a job for somebody and it's been a week, they haven't got back to you, like Will mentioned there, your trade base will send out an automatic follow-up that is pre-written in a friendly manner, so it just looks like you've wrote it out off the cuff. Hi Mrs. Smith, just wanted to check in on the project because we've not heard back from you, and just wondered if you had any more questions or if you need us to pop round and have a look at the job. You know, we can do that for you. Hope you're well and look forward to hearing back from you. Many thanks. A friendly email like that, you can preload that on a template, and your trade base will just automatically fire it off, and you can set when do you want it to fire. So it could be like 4 days, 5 days, 6 days later. If you've not heard anything back, then the automation will fire out. But you can do this for everything in your business, not just on follow-ups. So you can do it on everything. If an invoice hasn't been paid, you can fire out an automatic follow-up as well. Or if you've sent an initial response back to a new inquiry and then you haven't heard a reply, you can send out a follow-up again for that. Hi there, just checking you got my message. Can we help with anything? Can look forward to hearing from you. Like all these little follow-ups, instead of leaving inquiries on the table or assuming that the customer's not interested or they've gone with a cheaper quote, this just rules out those questions that we might have. Also, we could be leaving money on the table, as Will's mentioned in his post. But listen, I'll put a link in below this video. 12.5 quid a month is an absolute bargain when you consider how much time you're going to get back from handing over the admin to AI, which is something I believe we should all be doing as self-employed tradespeople in 2025. We certainly shouldn't be using Word documents or pen and paper pads and stuff like that, because it's just, in a world that's moving so fast, if we're using these old school and slow methods, we're just going to get left behind, guys. That's the reality. So listen, click the link, have a look. It's a free trial. It's not going to cost you anything for the first month, and you can try it out. It's just something that I've been using for the last 2.5 years in my own business, and now your trade base are working with Trail Talk and offering us this 50% discount for this year, guys. So make use of it and take advantage of it. Have a good Sunday, and I'll catch you soon.